Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 25 RTG career mode. We've got loads to crack on with today and a big episode as well, as we will take on Marseille in the Champions League playoff round. We'll have more big fixtures in the Premier League as we look to close the gap on Chelsea at the top. The FA Cup last 16 as we take on Bournemouth away at the Vitality, and then to close out today we'll have the Carabao Cup final at Wembley against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. So loads to crack on with. Going to dive straight into our first game, which does see us travel to France to take on Marseille in the first leg of the playoff round. Come on the Potters. Well, look at the snow here at the Velodrome. This is going to be a really tricky game against a strong Marseille side. No. Oh my goodness, that is a chance. Kelme down the left. Nicely worked. Ball swung in. What a ball as well. What a cross from the left. That is an unbelievable goal from Marseille. And it's been coming in these opening 15 minutes as well. First year in the Champions League, we failed to get out of the league phase in the top 8. Having to go through the playoffs and behind already here in France. Well, just haven't really got going yet, but that's actually really good work from us. Oscarson slides it through for Bay. What a strike. He is having such a good season, the skipper. Goal scoring, assisting, doing everything. And he's got us back level here in France. Oh, what a ball. Colombo. Oh, it's off the woodwork and Boz will just about get it under control. Ball slipped through. He's onside. And Colombo racing away. Colombo, what a save, Bilal. And no wonder his teammates run over to celebrate with him. Still 10 minutes to play, but that is a big stop by the Bosnian at his near post. Well, that's going to do it here in France, and I will take that for the first leg result. We were second best today. There's tricky conditions in the snow inside the Velodrome as well. And after going a goal down, we fought back through the skipper and will head back to England deadlocked at 1 apiece. But we will jump straight into our next game, sandwiched in between the two Champions League clashes with Marseille, travelling to London to take on West Ham at the London Stadium. Trying to keep ourselves in this title race, fighting on all 4 fronts this season, as technically we still have the chance of winning the quad. Come on the Potters. Bonnie runs into Singo. Now Danilo spreads it out to Haraldson. There's Bay through the gap for Oscarson. I think he's onside. And he doesn't miss those. I say it all the time, but he is so deadly when you get him in front of goal. I made plenty of changes today, but the Iceman and the skipper, they never miss a game. Both starting today, despite the clash in midweek, and they combine for the opening goal. Lewis Skelly forward to Bay in a little pocket, and there's Haraldson. And Haraldson still... Oh! I love this little kid. What a strike. And we said when we signed him, he hadn't quite reached Iceman status. And we nicknamed him the Water Wizard. And that is wizardry from him. Wonderful strike off the underside of the bar and in. And Stoke City lead by 2. Oh, Asprilla turns on the afterburners. Yasser Asprilla, what a block by Singo. And that just sums up how good we have been defensively today. We have been locked in. We have not allowed anything on our goal. And that is going to do it as well. A great defensive display from Stoke City. Haven't said that too many times this season. Damage done in the first half with the goals from the Ice Boys. Oscarson with the first, and then Haraldson with an absolute thunderbolt. A big win to keep pace at the top of the Premier League. But we're just going to jump straight into our next one. Returning back home to the Britannia, second leg of the Champions League playoff as we welcome the French side, Marseille. It's been a decent little run of form for Stoke City, And I'm hoping that level at 1 apiece will be able to find the breakthrough and make it through to the last 16. Come on, the Potters. If we can play like we did in that last game against West Ham. Oh, this is a great chance. Elanga to Oscarson. Big save. As the keeper did well to get across his goal. But if we play anything like we did at the London Stadium, then there's every chance we make it through tonight. Oh, this is good football. This is the AI on Ultimate when you know you just cannot get the ball off them. Colombo slipped through. Big save by Bilal. As he says to the Marseille keeper, anything you can do, I can do better. Gravenberch forward to Clements Fink. Away from his man. There's Bay. And Oscarson. Was he onside? Oscarson! He's missed. He never misses. Oh, he's put it wide. It's a big chance. The keeper was never getting there. And it flashes wide of the upright. That's a big chance for the Iceman. And you'd have put your house on him burying it. Oh, Gravenberch's got to be stronger there. Don't let that ball get played through. Oh, he does go through. Oh, dearie me. I saw it coming. I just couldn't stop it. It's been tight and cagey, and Oscarson missed a great chance down the other end. And now Marseille lead, and our Champions League journey could be over. Come on, there's still loads of time to get back into this. But that is a big goal for Marseille as Bay to Elanga and Oscarson and Clements, who's picked up a little knock. Diamonde back to Fink. Through the gap for the skipper, and Bay is off the post. And you just start to wonder if it's not going to be our night. Bellingham, Rabiot, Colombo, big tackle. As Gravenberch gets it round the corner to Elanga. Chance on the break. Elanga through the gap for Oscarson. He's not going to miss twice. But he lays it on a plate for the skip, who's denied. And then Oscarson hits the side netting. It's just not going to be our night, guys. Cannon to Elanga. Come on. Come with me, Bay. Come with me, Bay. This one, surely. There we go. Maybe it is going to be our night. Skipper picks up the ball and says, come on, lads, we can still win this. 1 apiece again. 2-2 on aggregate. And it's anyone's guess who's going to go through. Barco into Kone. This is pretty much it. As Colombo... He's onside. Colombo's in. And he misses with the final kick of the 90 minutes. I was waiting for a flag. It didn't come. And Marseille had the chance to send themselves through. But instead we will be heading to extra time. What a miss by Colombo. Well, this is pretty much it. Is there to be a winner? Made a couple of changes as Sainz, one of those subs, finds Bay. Can he reverse it? Oscarson for the win! With pretty much the final kick of the game. And it's who else but the Iceman, who will be sending us to the last 16 of the Champions League. A crazy two-legged affair between ourselves and Marseille. But it will be the new boys, Stoke City, heading into the last 16. Come on! Well, as we get back to the menu, I believe all of the games are played at the same time. So we should see the draw for the last 16, as thankfully the injury for Clements Fink is just a bruise. But in the Champions League last 16... had to get here the hard way. We will be taking on Leverkusen. Okay, tough tie that. I have no idea what their side is looking like in this save, but I will say with the system that they use, the sort of 3-4-3, it does leave them very, very open at the back. I would not be surprised if there is plenty of goals across that two-legged affair. Lots of big teams in the last 16. I'm really looking forward to that. That should come in the next episode. But for the time being, we will jump into our next game. Bournemouth at home at the Britannia. Again, just trying to keep pace with the teams at the top. as it looks like a 4-horse race for the title between ourselves, Spurs, Newcastle and the front runners Chelsea. So a big game here as the Cherries come to take us on at the Britannia. Come on the Potters. All right, crazy game in midweek, but games keep coming and they're big games as well. We've got to keep our focus as Bournemouth come to take us on here at the Britannia. Lautaro Martinez away. Nicely worked. Bilal on the closeout. Big save. And we've got to stay focused here if we want to keep ourselves in this title race. 13 games to go and it is still so tight at the top. Oh, well, what happened there? Gravenberch comes away with the ball. Danilo to Elanga, and Danilo back to Elanga once more. Can't quite force it through, so we'll recycle. And Haraldson to let fly again. Scored a wonder goal at West Ham, and he's getting the nod on that left-hand side with Sainz out of form and Fink down injured. He gets the start, and that's a lovely ball. Oh, the scorpion kick. Would have been fantastic. I think it's Gravenberch who attempts it. Yes, it was. And it just nestles wide of that far post. What an attempt. Goal from St James's Park. Who's going to goal up? It is Newcastle. Leading by 1 against Forest. A game you'd probably expect them to win as Danilo does brilliantly. Slides it through for Haraldson. What a save by Providel again. Bournemouth right back's got it in the corner here. Where's he going? That's loose. Oscarson and Bay. Oh, it's a terrible error from the young Bournemouth fullback. And Bay punishes him for it as well. Oscarson did really well. Nods it down to the skip. And he has just been superb this season. Brilliant strike on the half volley. Stoke City in front again. Danilo wins the header. Bay. Oh, that's brilliant. What a bit of skill by the skipper. Oh, he's missed. Oh, he's been in such good form. It would have been a wonderful goal. And it probably would have killed the game off. But the Cherry's still in it for now. Oh, no. Danger here. Last few minutes. Ahmad off the bench. One of those players that normally has his say against me. What a tackle, Bash. That is maybe not quite as good as a goal. Oh, no. He's offside, isn't he? Oh, he's offside. Thank goodness for that. Maybe not as good as a goal, but not far from it. As Clements will send it long, and that is going to do it. A grind out 1-0 victory for Stoke City. But back-to-back clean sheets in the Premier League. What about the tackle from Bash, though? Oh, my heart was in my mouth. And that is why I love those squad players that you can always rely on when you need them. The skipper wins it for us. And it's a big victory that will keep us at the top of the table. And just going to jump straight into our next game. Sticking with the Premier League, we travel to the Amex as we take on Brighton and Hove Albion. Thankfully, no Marcus Thuram as he has left and returned back to Italy in the January transfer window. But I'm still expecting a very tough game. Come on, the Potters. Yeah, heading into this game here, Chelsea have actually played before us. Or as Luke Caber just about squeezes that away. Chelsea have played against Bournemouth and won. As Luke Caber again, great defending. Taking a leaf out of Bashir Humphrey's book after that tackle at the end of the last game. But sorry, I'm rambling. Yes, Chelsea have won. So they've actually gone 6 points clear of us. And we will have to get a win here to close the gap back to 3. So expecting a tough game as Newcastle go a goal up themselves. And this title race to go down to the wire. Corner for the host. Swung into Cashin at the near post. We've done well to defend that, but it'll come back at us with Hassan. Nice feet. Plays it to Teze on the edge. Can't get my player switching sorted. And thankfully, that is into the side netting. Well, just haven't really got going so far. Best chance of the half fell to Brighton with that effort just a moment ago hitting the side netting, but it's not really got going, and we've not created anything in this first 45 minutes. Fink is fouled, and we'll work our way forward. Oscarson took a nick. Oh, and the keeper had to shovel it behind. This game still hasn't really got going yet. Zelanga through the gap to Bay. And Oscarson. And Bay. And Oscarson. Oscarson! Keeps the title dreams alive. Big goal from the Iceman. Finally, the deadlock is broken. And the gap will be heading back to 3 if we can hold on to the points here. Cannon down the right. Lots of space to run into. Oh, and Oscarson knew he was offside. Left it for Elanga. That's so intelligent from the Iceman. He knew he was offside. And Elanga, who started the season off like a house on fire, has slowed down in the second half. But he races onto the loose ball. You see the Brighton arms go up. They're all appealing for the flag. But it doesn't come as Elanga races onto it. That will be the points in the bag. And Stoke City staying in second place and just 3 points behind the leaders. Well, after a poor run of form in the Premier League a couple of episodes ago, that is now 4 wins and 4 clean sheets in a row as we're really hitting form when it matters. Spurs currently 6 points behind the league leaders Chelsea, Newcastle 5 behind, but it is Stoke City the closest challengers, 3 points behind Maresca's side and with a superior goal difference. We still have to play them as well, but we do have a really tricky run in our final 11 games. But a big one here as we turn our attention to the FA Cup, the last 16 of the competition, where a victory here will see us into the quarterfinals and will seriously keep our quadruple dreams alive. I think it's a very slim chance, but the further we get into the season and each competition, the more you have to say you've got to fancy Stoke City to get their hands on at least 1 or maybe 2 trophies. So Bournemouth away, a tricky test, but we have just beaten them in the Premier League a couple of games ago. So I'm hoping that we will be making it through to the quarters. Come on, the Potters. Well, I've gone for quite a strong lineup today. Usually in my career mode saves I rotate in the cups, even at the more latter stages like the last 16, the quarterfinals, but in this save, I really want to give it my all at these 4 competitions. I'm not saying we're going to win all 4. I don't think the quad is on. Oh, that's nicely worked. Bay takes the strike on early. What a hit. And opens the scoring. And I don't think we are going to win the quad, but we've got a real chance of getting our hands on some more silverware this season. Still in with a chance of 4 trophies. And Bay looks to send us through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. He has been superb this season. Still leading by 1 here. Just kicked off in the second half. Oh, Aarons has lost it. Danger. Bilal on the closeout. Oh, but he can't get on the second attempt. He can't get there. And it's a little bit fortunate for Bournemouth, but they won't care. First goal we've conceded in the FA Cup this season. Aarons was dispossessed, Singo was beaten to it, and it's a good finish, to be fair, from a tight angle as Bournemouth level it up here at the Vitality. Diamonde to Bay. Oh, ooh, no. Oh my goodness. Well, he's just about to be subbed off, is Haraldson. And he is very, very lucky. Get him off the pitch. I mean, that's a yellow card. Maybe the way Pacho goes down is he's sort of already on his way. But he's a lucky boy there, Haraldson. Thankfully, he's coming off the pitch. Get him down the tunnel. Oh no, Sinistera. Pulled back by Rigby. What colour's that going to be? Well, he was racing away. There was men on the cover. What's the referee's view on it? Lenient again. My goodness, we have had some lucky decisions today. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were covering defenders. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a complete error by the referee, as here we come. Come on. We got bodies. We got bodies. We've got bodies. And it's the skipper who sends us through to the quarterfinals. Brilliant counter-attack from Stoke. And it's that man again. How good has he been this season? And it's brilliant from Bilal as well, who quickly distributed the ball. I thought I'd messed it up when we were on the break, but Bay has the time to pick out the corner. And that looks like the goal that will send us through to the quarterfinals. Come on. Come on, this is pretty much it. Diomande can't touch Ahmad. And Ahmad racing through. Ball slipped through. Oh, it's a brilliant strike. And Lautaro forces extra time with the final kick of the game. The last thing we wanted with the amount of fixtures we've got coming up. But I couldn't touch Ahmad. I was going to pull him down, but it would have been a red for Diomande. Maybe I should have just taken it, as he rolls it through for Lautaro, and Bilal can't get there on the dive as it's through the legs, and we're heading to extra time. Oh no, ball slipped through. And they got runners, and it'll come for Unal. Oh, and that might be a little bit fortunate, you know. It came off the defender. He was offside when the ball was played to him. And I think that is the rule. That means that he is offside, as he was the intended recipient. But it comes off Singo, bounces for him, and he drills it into the bottom corner. A bit of a let-off for Stoke. And we are hanging on here. Cherry's looking to win this. Lodi does well. Rigby can't touch him. Ball comes in deep. Ahmad. Nicely worked. Unal. Big save by Bilal again. And now a corner to contend with. Rigby heads away, and Elanga. Isaac TK fresh off the bench, who's up against him. Otherwise he was away, but he's run off him. And Elanga. Defender's done well. Kaufman. Across the box for Sainz. What a brilliant counter from Stoke City again. And it's Borja Sainz, who struggled this season. He's not had quite as much game time. I think he's disappeared as well. I can't see him in the crowd. Bournemouth on their knees. They cannot believe it. It's a brilliant counter-attack. And I thought the Bournemouth defender had done enough, but Kaufman does well, drills it in low, and Sainz looks as if he's won it and sent us to the quarterfinals. And that is surely going to do it. There is the whistle. What a victory for Stoke. And I thought when Bournemouth got that second equaliser, it might just be too much for us. But the quad dreams are still alive. As I said going into this game, very unlikely that we lift all four. But you've got to be in it to win it. And that is exactly how Stoke City are feeling at the moment. In the hat for the quarterfinals. Let's go and see who it is we'll face. Well, I believe the draw for the FA Cup quarterfinals will have been made. So let's find out who it is we are going to be taking on. I think a lot of the big boys are still in it. But it's going to be Brentford away at the G-Tech. And yeah, look at that. Like the EFL Cup, a lot of the big teams left in it. Man United taking on Spurs, City taking on Liverpool, and Everton against Arsenal. I think Brentford is probably the best draw we could have had. Either that or Everton. But I will take that all day long. And you know what, guys? I think that is where I'm going to end today's episode. Maybe a little bit shorter. Only 6 games today, but they've been absolute chaos. We had the Champions League drama against Marseille, especially that second leg. We had FA Cup drama as well. And we'll be back in the next episode to crack on with more big fixtures. Champions League last 16 against Bayer Leverkusen, which I think is going to be a crazy tie. More big games in the Premier League, where with 11 games to play, we're just 3 points behind Chelsea. And we've also got that League Cup final against Manchester City to come as well. That'll all be in the next episode. So guys, you definitely do not want to miss it. I'll catch you for that very soon. Take care and